Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Hope you had a good week. Gonna try and get straight into it today. I have a dinner planned for this evening, so no extensions today. Going for about 2 or 3 hours today. Gonna go over some of the stuff that... Oh, God. Gonna go over some of the stuff that I did last week. Show off to you guys. And then after that, we're gonna get into finishing off what I was working on. I wrote out a plan. I have completed most of the stuff on my checklist. I've just got like stuff set out in like a list. And then once we do that, a few extra things, and then balancing. Then we try that. We try releasing that. We'll see how it goes. But we're getting there. Slowly. Slowly we are getting there. So yes. Morning. Good morning, LS. How are you doing? God, I'm like so ready to be done with this project. I'll be honest. Anyway, let me. I've got the. We recorded some Minecraft last week. It's up on Frosty's channel. He uploaded the video a few days ago. Good, thanks you. I am doing all right. I want to be making progress on this game. I've got a bunch of ideas in my head for what I want to be doing next, so I want to try and get this done. Yeah, we did a mini mobs scavenger hunt in Minecraft, and that is live on Frosty's channel now. So we're looking at the new update that released. I think it was released quite recently. I haven't played Minecraft in ages, which was kind of the charm of it. Like, it was just us finding a bunch of stuff. So it was quite fun. Okay. Unity. So, we'll go through, and I'll talk through some of the stuff that we've updated. We'll play in full screen mode. So the first thing is... Oh god. The sounds are... First thing is the alarms... I'm going to turn it down a bit. The alarm has a sound now. Some of the audio sources are not set up correctly, it seems like, on this. So I have to fix that. However, you can see now that the infection sort of spreads. We've got, Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, yeah, that was another thing. The little orb now comes over to you and explodes. So, yeah. So the entire idea here now is... Oh, fuck hell. Let me get the flashlight so it's a bit easier to see. It's a bit hard to see when you don't have a flashlight. Ignore the alarm. It's quite loud. Let me get the flashlight. Oh, Christ. So, yeah. Come over here. So you can see now, it's like the back of the train slowly gets more and more infected with various things and goop and just general gore as your curse level increases. So yeah, today we're going to be just designing more of this. I'm gonna try and add something that sort of covers this. Maybe I'll add one of these like orbs to like cover that seam. Also need to remove that light, the light here, because it should really, like, the entire idea is that it's like turning off the lights. And so this light really should be turned off. So you sort of look down and that's what it looks like, sort of thing. And then sort of this, yeah. So yeah. That's generally the idea. I don't know why it just froze there. Oh, this is not disabled. We need that to be disabled as well. Okay, well, we found a few bugs. First of all, let's fix that one I just found now. So this internal light, we need to have a set on curse. Because basically, when these two lights get turned on, we need to disable... So yeah, so on 4 or more, we need to destroy this light. And then there's the smaller infection here, this half pillar, which needs to have its set on curse, which this gets disabled after 4. Because the idea here is that... Oh, the half pillar is... not in the right place. This half pillar is what I was talking about. We have a duplicate half pillar. It's fine, just... This has the set curse, right? Remove that. The idea is that it appears at 2 curse, and then grows to a full one at 4 curse. Also, what is this black box that I've got here? Oh. Yes, I need to disable that display canvas. And then, yeah, the light gets disabled as well. And the other thing you may have noticed is there is a health system in place. So, you do take damage. That's fucking Christ. Let me fix the audio source as well. So it's just that one of these audio sources, I presume it's... does not have the right full off range. I think this is it. This half pillar here. This one has the correct one, right? This large infection. Yes, this has the correct one. So what we'll do is we'll copy this component. We'll select the small infection here. And we will paste component values. And we'll check this one as well. This one actually doesn't have it in the pillar, it has in the pillar mesh down here. This one does not have it set either. So we'll paste component values. Also, I'm probably going to reduce the chance of it making a sound because it's so annoying right now. Cool. So we don't hear any right now. So that means that they're all set up correctly. The other thing I want to do is this fucking alarm is too damn loud. I'm pretty sure I already reduced the volume of this. Okay. Let's see how it's at 0.5. Even that's... Okay, I think 0.4 probably works. Oh, Christ. The bottom infection is gone. Need to add that connecting one as well that I said. So, hold on. Your volume should be set to 0.4, so half of what you were. I'll do 0.45. 0.4, no, 0.4. It doesn't, like, it needs to be enough where you, like, your brain will pick it up, and enough where you guys like, ow, stop, please. And then we'll grab one of these globs. We'll take it to, we'll take it to number 4. And then we will rotate it to get it to face downwards. -90. Then we'll pull it across, pull it up. And so basically this just will cover this seam here somewhat. It sort of just like acts as like a connector here, really. Just to try and smoothen that out, as opposed to make it so sudden. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so all the yellow lines actually are debug lines. Because I had to basically override fucking everything. Yes, so this third one that I've got here, this is for this seating area. So we need to infect this seating area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this from being seen. So now we can only see the new one, which is like the broken one. We need to break it. And the way I plan on doing that, you can already see the first thing I've done, which is I've broken all of these rods at the top. However, to make that fit, we need to break these handles as well, because they're no longer connecting to anything. So we do actually have some broken handles. We also have some scrap broken metal, which I think I'm going to use. Yeah, we got a broken handle right here. So this is the broken handle we have. We can parent this to the chair. Seat right. And then what I like to do is I actually like to just sort of lay these down on the ground. Just sort of like this. Okay. Also, I've got like written out like how far can you get to in like the first night. So after the first night, what's the most likely position for you to like have the infection be at? So here, I kind of want one broken off for this side. And then we'll potentially just copy paste this. Rotate it around a bit. And bring this to the middle. Where like the other one was. Maybe we'll like let it come out a bit. And flip it the other way, because that just feels a bit... it's more right. So then I want to grab this and just sort of like basically just lay it out. Have this have come off. It's now come off and just like fallen. Over like this maybe. And the other thing is that it doesn't have this back, so we don't really want to show the player that back. So we'll cover that back around here, so like even if he gets like here, you can't really see it even. Which means we do need to keep like a seat here. That's fine, because we have some broken seats. We also have single seats, which is what I wanted to use. Yeah, single chair blue. So we basically take these seats, take the single chairs, and then we replace them with like a single version. Sort of like this. Hello, The Line. How you doing, man? Hope you had a good week. Just working on the game. Doing alright? That's good to hear. Do you like our horrors of beyond human comprehension? Good, right? Working on more music. Nice. I think I found what direction I'm making the OST for this game. It's the one you showed last time, right? It sort of had like Undertale vibes, like. It sounded good. I liked it. Remove this mesh render and this mesh filter, this mesh collider, and this box collider. Basically just make this into a empty object. Let's go and do the broken chair. And we'll parent it to it so we can just sort of set 0, 0, 0 on it. And then we'll drag it to the side. And then sort of just bring it down like it's sort of connected with a screw at the back still, and it's like not full. It's only not falling because it's hitting this other chair. It's less like Undertale now, I think. Okay, that's good. Have some sort of distinction. So I kind of want to like actually have this open a bit, because I kind of want to have it so like each of these sides are both broken, and eventually like a pillar appears in the middle that you have to like get around. You have to like go around to get to like the back here. I thought that would be quite fun. So maybe we do something like that, because we also have the broken chair flipped, right? Which I'm sort of willing to place sort of on the floor. $90. Place it like on the floor underneath. Ooh. Sort of like that. Maybe we sort of turn it to sort of guide the player a bit. Just be like, hey, go this way. Okay. That's sort of like one side broken, and then maybe we can just, I was gonna say maybe we can just like copy paste it, but we need to like flip it and such. It would just be weird. What we can do here is potentially we just delete these rods. And are these? No, these are separated. That's good. That's good. What prefab is this in? I'll unpack this prefab. Unpack completely. Because I want this to save, but I want this to fall. So we'll bring this down here. So 90, 80. And then this is sort of fallen onto the seat, is what I'm thinking. Oh, has it got an open back too? It does. Okay. Well, it's gonna fall in this way then, so you can't see that. Just put it in such a way where, like, you'd have to really jimmy the camera to see into that. And then this is sort of still here. But we've also got a bunch of bent metal we have here. Which, if I scale it to like 0.5 size, I reckon we can get away with saying that this is like the remnants of this rack. And like it's only being kept up by these like very broken pieces that are still here. Like this, just so I can raise this up a bit. The color's a bit odd. The color has sort of broken off a bit, but well, what can you do? And then we'll take this actual seat again. We'll do the same thing we did last time. Just remove all of these components. But we do need enough to sort of have this still be... this is annoying. Really, I want these to be two separate things, so I can just sort of... I guess not. I guess I am going to have to delete them, because I need to have this sort of area in here to be open for you to be able to walk through. That's a shame. No, it doesn't matter. Bring this chair over. And then potentially have the other chair sort of start to establish this, hey, don't come through the center sort of thing. So you can still go around the other side. You can go either way sort of thing, but this is sort of starting to get in your way. Which does mean I'm going to have to rotate this around a bit just to... Just zero this out. Bring this through. Maybe sort of have it leaning up against this a bit. But now this looks too clean now. Maybe I kind of want to have it sort of like hanging off like that. Or maybe we do it the other way. Sort of like this. And then we'll like lean it over a bit. Sort of like that. So it's just like fallen. Okay. And then we've got the colliders and stuff all in here, right? Needs to do stuff with the metal though. And we do have like the metal pieces still here, but they're a bit like too rigid and sort of like perfect to be like, oh no, they've fallen sort of thing. We kind of need to be able to just like move them around a bit. Also, the one just goes into the floor as the other thing. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. So, we will go to the models. Train. Get the bent metal. I'll scale it down a bit, like I did before. And we'll sort of just lay this out. Just to sort of give the idea of things breaking. Generally just clutter is really what I'm looking for. It's a bit dark, honestly. I would have liked to have done something a bit more viewable, but especially because the light's going to be off and all that, but can't really do much about it now, right? Well, I can, but I'm not going to. Okay. Okay. I mean, really, we could just sort of copy paste some of these and just rotate them around a bit. And I do wonder, like, for someone who's never experienced this before, just coming in and seeing so much of it, the infection having, like, sort of taken over, I do wonder how that will appear for the player. Also, I may need to change the smoking value. I just realized you get 3 naturally, you can get 2 from the drink, and you need to get up to 1 from the cigarettes. Which means that the cigarette smoke, when you disable it, increases it by 0.4. That's a good point. Curse strength needs to now be afloat. Oh no. Get set float. Get float. Get float. Get float. Okay, that should fix that. Let me just save these as well. Okay, that fixes that issue. Ugh. Can you tell I'm procrastinating? I do need to test a bunch of the other things, like this speaker. It technically has an instant spawn on it, but that would be really harsh. So I'm going to disable it after the full pillar appears. The full pillar appears on 4. So destroy on 4. But then we will, along with like the pillar spawn, we will spawn another one that we will break. Just to sort of tell them, hey, you don't need to worry about this anymore, sort of thing. I wonder whether we do the same with this monitor as well. Yeah, I think we'll do the same for this monitor. Just sort of like, hey, it's already broken, don't worry about it. Does the monitor have a back? No, okay. Zero. There you go. So then monitor gets disabled. Just go quickly check that we did remove that. We didn't remove it for this one. We should remove it for this one. So that means that the monitor now gets broken and cannot spawn as an incident. Quickly play through this just to make some checks. Ugh. Huh? Oh, okay. Few things. First thing is that this needs to get parented properly. Second thing is that this seat R, we can re-enable that. The thing that I think has happened is because I changed it from an int to a float, it has reset the yeah. So if we go to the player preferences, yeah, you can see that the cigarette strength is an int. Can I? Huh. Float. Current. Strength. 8. And then we'll remove this one. And when we play this, it should all come back. Okay. Get float, curse strength, 0. Have I missed something here? Did I not save it properly? I know that sometimes with this player press editor I don't set things properly. What's going on here? It's not properly reading the value, which means that it's not getting infected. Yeah, because this is all fine at the moment. This little boy does not blow you up, by the way. Oh, fucking hell. Like, he's moving around and, like, increasing and decreasing. I thought he was getting closer. Motherfucker. Oh, because I put current strength. It's not current strength, it's curse strength. I'm just stupid. Sorry. Okay. Okay. There you go. Okay, cool. Now it's all broken. It's still quite loud. And then... now the chair's in the way. Oh, you're not supposed to like, be able to get over it like that. Ow! Yeah, I'm not supposed to be able to climb over it like that. That's an issue. I can't climb over this, which is odd. I mean, you can get around it that way. You can't get around it this way. Maybe we just make it smaller than it actually looks. Just to make it so it is like a block, but it's not actually like massively... I should be able to step on it like this though. And then we need to add some like infection touch. Speaker's broken and the monitor's fallen, so that's good. That chair is so fucking annoying. So the first thing I need to do is figure out why the player is able to step onto something like that. Slope limit 5, step offset, skin width. Hold on, let me check the docs for what the character controller actually is. Unity, character, controller. The Unity character controller. Step offset. The character controller step offset in meters. Okay, thank you. What does that mean? Maximum height in meters the player can climb over when moving. Okay, so make that a lot smaller. Don't want them like climbing over shit. And then we sort of want to reduce this like slightly. And then we'll increase the height of it as well. And bring it up. I think it should be fine. That just sort of acts as like a little stopper, which is a bit annoying, but it's just like walk around it. make sure that I'm not covering my Twitch chat. There you go. That's a lot better. Ow! I keep fucking forgetting. I keep forgetting that the little fucking goop guy now explodes on me. Yeah, so the idea is that it's just sort of like, it gets a bit annoying. Hmm. Okay. I have to do this for every single fucking part of this train, by the way. Okay. Sorry, seat. You have to go again. So, next is some decals. This is actually like a rust decal, but it just looks a lot like blood now. Which is sort of, you know, neither here nor there, I guess. I just generally sort of add it around. I do like to add like the drip to the windowsills because those always look good, I feel. That line is like too long, I think. I could do it like this, right? Just goes down to the floor. I kind of want like a pool. Can I get like a blood pool from somewhere? Also, if anyone has any good ideas of where you can get good decals, let me know. I need to think quite poorly. That's wrong. No. We already got that one as well. It just feels like I'm just going to be chucking a bunch of like the same blood around the place. Which is slightly unfortunate. I think I found something. I have a script for it, so try this. This, and then we come into here. Blood. Explorer. Base color opacity. Paste. And then we've got a texture merge file here, which we can run It's going to give me an error because it doesn't have the file name as input. Yep. So let me get the file name. I need to cd into the file first, yeah. And then it's high velocity. It's the SE one, this one, and then it's the same thing again. So we give it both the base color and the opacity map, and then it will create a new one. So this is the base color, this is the opacity map, and then this is the merged one, but currently you can't see the transparency due to the fact that Unity doesn't import transparency by default. So if I do this, set up all the options, the other thing that we do is that we set the max size to 256 because these are 1K images. But we've set to 256, and then we can add a new decal, and then set this as the texture. And then when we come over, is this it? I mean, this is one. This is not square though. So square that up. And then we select this new one as the decal. And then we rotate this around a bit, and let's just chuck it where we want it. And you can see it's sort of just like very pixely. But the texel size is kind of wrong because the texel size on these is like way bigger. So if you're really like a texture guy, they'll probably keen out of you. But the other thing that I kind of want to try is the lighting. It does change that a lot though. Like texel lit just looks way better. Oh, but then there's also the issue with the lights, right? Yeah. No, we need to make it texel lit, sadly. But it does mean that we get these like really weird like shadows, like really square shadows. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, and then we've got to bring some of these orbs over as well. These globs, as I call them. Also need to make sure all of these decals are in the right place, because they are not currently. So we've got 3 here, and there's only 2 in here. Basically, the big thing to check is that you basically go, hey, when I disable 4, does everything disappear? No. Where are these from? Oh, these are 3, that's why. Okay, all of these need to go into 3. Okay, you disable 4. Doesn't change anything here. If I disable 3, you get to do everything. Cool. That means we are in the right one. 4 is this side. So 4 is one we're going to do next, but okay. Glob. Get a glob. Did I already duplicate this glob? No. Glob, copy paste. Move it over to 3. And then we'll need to place this around somewhere. Let's have like a smaller one. Attached to like hit the back of this. It sort of look like it's coming out of this connection. 0.65. You gotta have like all the different variations so that you don't, your brain doesn't like sync them all up. It just looks like too clean up there, right? Which is why I just sort of like copy paste these and then I place them around. I mean, potentially we like just extend the width here. That's like too much, too obvious that that's what I'm trying to do. That's like too much, I think. Very gory, isn't it? Grab this small eye. Paste it onto 3. Where has it been put? Oh, I hate when it does this. Fuck it. I have to do the way I did it before, which is just copy paste it, and then you bring it, just drag it down, and just move it. It's all the way around. 180. What's this 180? Let me zero this all out first. There you go. Just do it like that. That's simpler. Change the duration of this. Put on the seat, maybe. Do I put it on the seat? Make it a bit smaller, put them on the seat. Lean him up a bit. Do I have like maybe? So we have like these connection pieces, these like strand pieces. Do we have like one of those attaching somewhere, maybe like to one of these poles and like connecting these two? And maybe that's like pulling this a bit. We sort of have it like this. Yeah. I like that. I like that. And we've already got like quite a few of these, like these, like the light falls down and it gets connected and stuff like that. I quite like that stuff. It just like makes it feel like there's like actual like gravity in like the situation. Because like it's not just like, oh, these things are just here. It's like, no, these like things are interacting the environment. They exist. They actually are doing things. This is so yeah. So we attach this to like the end of this. right? Can I get these bottom? Can I get this bottom and top connected, lined up? If I reset them. Oh no, hold on. There we go. 1 and -1. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That will be due to this. It has an extent right here. So we just need to extend this. This basically defines when to start rendering it. It's like basically, hey, when is this actually being seen on camera? And we signal it using that. So potentially, okay, either we make this shorter or we connect it to like, I mean, I kind of want it like pulling. Sort of like, should be like fighting against this, right? So maybe it goes all the way down to here sort of thing. But then like it... I mean, really I could just sort of pull it all the way down to like here. And have it be like that. But then this is sort of clipping and it doesn't really look great. Yeah, you can't have it bend. It needs to be really, like, pulled tight. So how about instead we have it connect to, like, one of these, or like a collection of these poles. So if we rotate it ever so slightly this way. I mean, that can kind of work, I guess. I kind of want it rotated more, actually. And then just gotta make sure it doesn't like come off the end of this, so pull this down. I mean, that's sort of clipping still, but it's clipping on the wrong area, so you don't really see it. I kind of want to rotate this more. This looks way too stretched out to sort of be not pulling this more. You know what I'm saying? Like -1. Like really like ever so slightly. Like your brain knows how the physics work all this, right? So the hope is that you can sort of see this and sort of figure out what that looks like. But I kind of see what they mean now. Like, I think it needs to be connected to something. It just, it doesn't feel alive enough. So what ends up happening is that looks sort of just unnatural. It's like, how has that gotten there? What's that doing? Like, these look fine, because it looks like they're coming out of that piece. But these are just sort of on their own. Yeah, that's what they meant. So... kind of we want to connect it to like because you think like a spider's web, right? A spider's web has like the actual web itself comes from somewhere, right? So it's like you're asking the question of what are these strands, where do they come from, what do they do? And also, it's just like this is so destroyed. You're like, well, how the fuck did this happen? What did this? Like, there's blood and stuff, but you're like, whose blood is this? What's going on here? Sort of thing. That's like a good sort of just general spread. Just sort of like muddy up the area a bit. Oh, this decal is not in the right place. This is why we have it in groups, because we can just disable it like that and figure it out. Cool. And then left on there, back, and we've got the destroyed pieces. Yay. Anything else we want to add? Oh, I want to. So this is the idea. Is that this is going to become it's like a bit more annoying later. So maybe we can have it sort of have a piece of infection on it. Maybe this one's moving quite fast. Okay. We'll just play it and then look at it when it's actually moving. Okay. Now then. Maybe I'll... Turn off the visibility of all the stuff that I'm not working with at the moment. All the things that shouldn't be considered here. Oh no, it's the wrong light. This light. And this light. Actually that light doesn't really change anything, it's just gonna be annoying to find later. Okay. So that's how that's gonna look. And then when you go up to 4, it's going to destroy this side. Okay. Oh, I'm going to do so much of this. I have to go all the way down here. I have to make it not look like repeated. I have to make it look like actually, you know, engaging and interesting. How's the outside look? The outside destroy it all? You got some stuff leaking, but you're not really going to see the outside of the train. So, shouldn't really worry about it. It's a shame, because I model all of it. I can use it for, like, marketing stuff. It'll be fine. Okay. Moving on. Number 4, we've already got some stuff, which is just that this sort of area here is going to get more overrun. But we've got to do the door and the seating area as well. I do destroy the windows sometimes. Maybe we'll do that again. We destroyed it on 2. So we'll bring it back on 4. These doors are like, they're not spawn points anymore. こんにちは。元気ですか？うん、元気ですよ。ありがとう。ケットボス。初めてチャットなんだから。なんか、前からの人だと思ってたんだけど、やっぱりそうではないかな。やっほー。うん、今、なんかホラー系のゲームを作ってます。まあ普通に、なんだっていう、なんか英語の方に配信してるなんですけど、なんか両方日本語と英語話せるから、サブタイトルとか、まあサブタイトルかな両方書いてるなんですけど、ちょっと変換できます。ケットさんは元気ですか？ I have just sort of gone off, not really knowing if that's a Japanese person or not. Immortal Aion? Thank you for the follow. I understand very little Japanese, but I'm learning. But I do make good games myself. Nice. Very nice. Oh my god. Oh, thank you for the follow. I've accidentally closed my activity feed. There you go. I opened it back up. Getu, thank you for the follow. Are you working on anything? Games? Have you got anything to share that we can look at? Yes, that was it. The seat here gets destroyed on 3, not 4. So if it's greater than equal to 3, we destroy it. And this is less than or equal to 2, we destroy it. And then this is less than or equal to 3. Then this door, we need to destroy greater than or equal to 4. So, and then we remove the spawn point from this. And then we also have the broken glass as well. Just on this side as well. We can actually start, like, we can actually put some stuff on that door as well. We're basically just goring up our scene at the moment. Making everything look really bloody and scary and greasy and all that good stuff. 180. And then there we go. That's good right there. Making a 3D game in Love 2D using the same algorithm used in Wolf 3D. I'll fetch you a link if you like. Yeah, go for it. I'd love to see it. Pretty sure I've heard of Love 2D, but only recently. Yes, I literally searched it like last week. Love 2D is this game engine. Yeah, it's because it's what they use for Balatro. Balatro is written in Love 2D. Because I was like trying to figure out how they did all the mechanics and stuff behind Balatro, and I'm like, I wonder how they, like, what engine they used for it. And it is in fact Love 2D. I hadn't heard about it until that point. Obviously not as big as Unity or Godot or anything like that, but it still seems to have a good amount of users. How good is the wiki for it? I don't know, like, how much support you get in here. What does the graphics engine look like? Is it literally just sort of like... Canvas drawable font, image mesh. Love 2D seems cool to you? I was considering recently for some games I want to make. What are the advantages of it? Why would I use it over, like, Unity 2D or Godot? Sell me on it. I've only recently started looking at it. Presumably it's just got lots of features that are like ready for 2D focused things. But then I wonder, like, if you were doing stuff with like Wolf 3D stuff, more of a framework, less of an engine. Oh, okay. But presumably it handles like drawing to like the screen and such, and you just sort of go, hey, make a new thing and draw it here. But does it have like a UI, or is it like a package? Load, update, draw. Lua, very lightweight, unlike Unity's multi-gig minimum footprint, quite fast and straightforward APIs. It's just a runtime and a library for Lua. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. So you're sort of like writing it in your head and then running it to check and then like making the changes as you go. I completely understand what Game Largo was saying though. I really don't like how fucking bloated Unity makes your project. You have to like fight with it to try and optimize it. Oh wow, you can just you can do multi-threading as well. Oh fuck. So presumably load is your start, update is your update function, and draw is your, I guess, draw function, yeah? So you like set variables, update those variables at update, and then you draw to the screen based on those updated variables, presumably. It's kind of like it's kind of like an MVP, like a model view presenter thing. Because like this is your view, this is your presenter, this is your model, right? So it kind of like forces you to split all of your stuff. It gives me windowing with some basic routines in a game loop. Okay. And then you're telling me they made Bellatra with this? That's really cool though. I don't think I am like engine pilled enough to move to using this. But I'm like considering using Godot for my next project because I'm honestly not really liking Unity recently. Like, don't get me wrong, Unity works, but I don't agree with their latest stances as a company, and I'm not really sure I want to keep supporting them. Also has physics, which is a big plus for love. How? Okay. I mean, that's good, but I'm wondering like how much people actually use the physics out of the box like that. It feels more like making a game without an engine than much of anything else. That's very good though. Very cool. I am not engine pulled enough. Pretty sure it does. I should double check before I talk shit. I mean, we've got the docs right here. There's a there's love.physics. Chain body, circle shape, distance joint, fixture, gear joint, motor joint. It's like rigging? Create a new world. Oh, this is nice. Shape, fixture, body, what? This is nice. I like this. Nice diagrams. But is this like... Can simulate 2D rigid bodies. Essentially just a binding to box 2D. I'm working my own engine, my own language for my own engine. So right now I'm looking at other frameworks and languages to see what I like. Jesus. Pretty slick for something so portable. Good candidate for mobile game dev. Oh, that's a good joint. That's a good shout. I've never coded. No. I was gonna say I never coded in Lua before. That's a lie. I've played the Minecraft robot mod where you, like, code in Lua. What was it? Open Computers. That was it. Like, here you go. It's like, you get a bunch of computer components and you have like a computer and a hard drive, and you write Lua to program the like computers to do stuff. This is the only time I've learned and written Lua. Computercraft. Have you heard of Raylib? That's my new fancy toy. It's pretty great so far. I am aware of Raylib because it is the software used by Daniel Holden for his blog when he does his blog on a bunch of gaming stuff. I really like Daniel Holden's blog. It's really great. But he does it all in Raylib. So this is like him talking about like spring math and easing through inertia. But all of his demos are done in Raylib. But it's also like, I'm pretty sure Raylib you write in C++, right? Where do I find that? I just started learning this can be very useful. It is literally just, it's the orangeduck.com. There you go, there's the link. Yeah, but Daniel Holden is a researcher with Epic. I think he's working on the Unreal Engine right now. I'm doing everything in C right now, not using C++ at the moment, that's fair. But yeah, no, he also open sources all of his demo code, so you can go check out his repos. You know, it's really cool to watch. I'm trying to show you something that's not just a graph being plotted. He does do like Game Logo, thank you for the follow. I'm trying to show you, like, he does do like character model rendering as well. But he like focuses lots on like movement systems and such. Was a luck click tonight. Yo! Love it. Control operators. This is Unreal stuff. I know one he specifically does. Projects? Oh, maybe it's GenoView. Is this right? Oh, yeah. Really basic example Raylib application that can be used to view skeletal animation data in a way that is clear and highlights any artifacts. But yeah, to be useful study, I'm currently migrating several personal software utility projects into Raylib. I could benefit a lot from this. Yeah. I mean, like he's got all the source code on his GitHub. Really recommend it. So yeah, just that's how I know about Raylib. Because I've been reading a bunch of his code as well, but it's not it's not that I've been using it for Raylib. I just use it as reference for other stuff I'm working on. But yeah, currently I'm working on my own stuffs here. But yeah, no, I'm likely going to be shifting to a new engine after I finish this project. I'm just like too deep into this one right now to be switching. Oh, this is my current project. My Love 2D implementation is only a week old currently. Let's have a look-see. Oh, this looks cool. Oh, so it's like... Okay. Is the noise a stylistic thing, or is this is it like a... It almost seems like you're like using noise to emphasize depth. So just like as it gets further, the chance that noise gets generated increases. My computer had a stroke. No showcase. Now for a demo. Full game will be released later at a later date. R and F to look up and down. The Windows title tells you what to do. Oh. Wait. Cure End is a mouse controlled and uses OpenGL as per the intended modern execution. Wait, so does Love 2D run in OpenGL? In that implementation, the noise is on or off, and the probability distribution emulates grayscale. Oh, okay. And so how are you actually, like, how do you define the spaces? Do you have, like, an editor for it? Or are you, like, loading it from an array? I've never really, like, worked on, this, like, artificial 3D stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. Gonna now stalk your, itch. Oh, you don't have screenshots for this. Shame. Oh wait, this is what? RTF file? Is this like a font? Oh, anyway. There's like 3 different implementations. The first is C# rendering it to a JPEG each frame, and showcase is C# and OpenTK. The third is C++ with raw OpenGL, and the newest is Love 2D. You're just fucking jumping around, aren't you? I need to. I'm scrolling through my itch now. I need to stop. Okay, okie dokie. I think we can probably reduce this. I don't really want it too stretched. Let's sort of fall down here. I'm literally just fucking chucking blood wherever I can. It's like, I'm trying to like create like highlight points for your eyes and then trying to blend everything else so it doesn't just pop out like a sore thumb. Okay. We're going to destroy this seat next. Oh, I've been on it since October 2021. Can you use it as a platform to test engine design? The game I want to make is an extension of raycasting in full 3D for efficient voxel rendering. I have a shader toy to show the idea of where I'm going with things if you want to see. Yeah, go for it. I need to find out what shader toy is. Presumably that's sort of like the thing that they use for, there's like I think there may be an equivalent for like HTML, which is like you show HTML stuff. Oh wow! Actually, I just searched shader toy, and there's a bunch of really cool shaders stuff going on here, but I don't really know what shader like code they're using. Like the only real shader stuff I know is HLSL. This is really cool though. Cyber Fuji. What are these warnings? Are these just like heavy? Oh, it takes long to compile. Another synthwave sunset thing. Mandelbulb. Oh, whoa. Jesus. Whether to turn on the animation. Do I do this? Oh, and it makes it move. Oh my god. Okay, let's have a look. Oh? What's going on here? Okay. It's like a voxel. It's just a voxel. See? Oh, it's jittering a bit. The render distance is 512 Minecraft chunks, by the by. Oh my god. It's flashing a bit. It's running out something like 8 kilometers in full time in the browser. But that's GLSL. Oh. The question is like, how much of that actually do you get? Like, okay, don't get me wrong. It's great to be able to do this so efficiently. But at what point does that actually benefit the player? Oh. But you are getting like a solid 120 FPS consistently, at least on this smaller display. What if I go full screen? I guess the resolution doesn't change, presumably. Maybe it does. It's doing weird stuff to my eyes. That's interesting. How do I get out? That's good. It's forked from Raybase. Oh, which doesn't exist anymore. That's very cool, though. Have you uploaded anything else here? Ah, the PS2. Wall UV testbed. Oh. Oh, I don't know what's happening there, but my computer wasn't like that for a second. I'm in an ad, but more than happy to any questions once the ads are over. Oh, okay. It's doing weird stuff to my GPU. I think it's running. Is it running the GPU? Oh. Very cool, though. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. I should have used the ad break opportunity to go to the bathroom. Okay. We'll push through this and then we'll have a toilet break. Okay. I mean, how do we destroy this one in a way that doesn't just look like the same thing of destroying this one? That's the question, right? Ideally, we also open up this space here. Back? Welcome back. I was just saying, like, how much of, like... I was thinking like how much of Minecraft's like rendering time is actually spent on the actual rendering of the scene as opposed to like the physics stuffs. Because presumably you're just like doing the surface, right? You're not rendering every single thing underneath as well. So it's just sort of like, how much benefit do you get from... I mean, you're running like 120 FPS already. But how does that translate once you add all the mechanics and such into the actual game? Okay. Yeah, and so what I was saying here was, ideally we want to like sort of have it so you can walk around this both directions. So we kind of need to like demolish this chair here. Which means we remove all of these components here. Copy paste this one. Wait. Nope. Nope, we don't do that. We need to... Hold on, wait, what? Hold on. Oh, this seat... Okay. Wait. This seat is this seat. This seat is this seat. Okay, so we just need to copy and paste this seat and then place it in to 4. Which is this one. And then we disable the seat up here. As in, like, we remove it from the view so we can't select it. So now all we have left is this seat here, which is the one we can destroy. With the one we're allowed to destroy. So we'll do that now. Hold on, I see a block of text in chat. Minecraft builds a mesh of the convex hull of each chunk, so depending on the complexity of the chunk, you end up with a massive number of verts or tries. The algorithm I was using doesn't use any geometry, only the raw voxel data itself, so efficient packing of the data and sending it all to the GPU is going to be the bottleneck. Okay. Okay. So you get the voxel data. So what are the voxel data actually consistent of? That's vertices, faces, normals. How do we get directionality of that? Like, you got up, left, right, down, right? But you need to have it be aware of all of the sides around it, so you're not rendering faces that never get seen, right? And now that I've given you that question, I'm going to go to the bathroom quickly. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Stop fucking with the microwave!
sake. What are you doing? What are you pressing the button for? I'm back. Oh, you got the microwave. Congratulations. Okay. Nothing. Not doing nothing. It wasn't me, boss. I didn't do nothing. C to R. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The box editor is this cube occupied or not? The shader is just full screen quad, so I have access to the fragments each pixel, and I project the pixels from the screen space into world space so I can cast the pixels into the scene as rays. Given the strict grid-like structure of the world, I can use the digital differential analysis algorithm to find where the ray hits an occupied cell for practically nothing. Okay. So that means that you're physically limited to only being able to project cubes, because that's what you define the world as. Would you be able to add a sphere or like a custom mesh into that world? I guess not, because then you'd have to start giving information on vertices. But then how are you determining what the texture of that needs to be? Because presumably if you send it, it tells you it's occupied. But then how do you know what it's occupied by and what that looks like at the surface that you've collided with? Is my question. Just pull this all the way out. And then we'll line it up using the, yeah, because you can see it's the complete wrong height. So we'll line up the height with this one. Put back. Okay. And then what else can we do here? I don't really want to break the top bit because that's already sort of been up here, been done up here. So maybe we have... What do we do here? I gotta get rid of this as well. So we'll remove this, 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 and this. Remove the handle as well. Bring the chair over to here. So that's sort of like opened up the space that we wanted. So that's like the bare minimum, right? So here's the fun part. That pink-green thing was a proof of concept for a smooth voxel. I can populate each cell... Sorry, my fucking activity feed keeps changing. Okay. I can populate each cell with an integer rather than a boolean and just use the boolean as a lookup. Not only do I get which cell I hit, precisely where on that cell the ray intersects, thus giving me a full 3D UV coordinate relative to that cell. I can look up a texture like it does in Shader Toy, or generate a texture procedurally like in QRN, as needed on the fly. So... Okay. So you get a position on the face, and the cube isn't a boolean, but in fact an integer, or like a byte or something, that acts as a lookup index to some sort of array that contains potentially textures or colors. Okay. So I remember I played Space Engineers for a while. Is that how they did it? I mean, hold on. I've selected Firefox. Why is it not? There you go. It's odd. So this is the sort of stuff that you get in Space Engineers. Presumably you're talking about like the rock like texture, like this. Also, you love seeing the leg clipping into the dash in the screenshot. That's fine. Is it still in alpha, or is it actually released now? It looks like it's fully released, but all these screenshots are from alpha. Oh, this isn't. Oh, it looks way better now. I mean, this is what I always saw it as, this sort of just like grey void, but they've actually made this like black and actually made it look nice. Yeah, like I played it during the alpha. And presumably this is the full release. Oh, it looks way better now. I played it when like the Yogscast played it. I think it was the Yogscast. Space Engineers uses a 3 array of doubles and stores the diff between the generated world versus the removal of the volumetric information. They store how much of the world was removed. The actual algorithms are more complicated than that, but that's the gist. Would you... okay. Is there a benefit to... Why would you store it as a doubles as opposed to something that has less... Because if it's just a lookup table, right? And you've got a double representing that. So you've got, like, an insane number... Like, I think it's 64 bits per value for a double. Because... an integer is 32. So why would I store it with 64 bits as opposed to potentially halving that with only storing it as an integer with 32 bits instead? In order to have fully smooth voxels, you need floats/doubles fixed point numbers to represent how much information is there. Okay. I mean, I understand that, like, the positioning would be like a double. So you can do 13 or 16 depending on the level of detail you want. But if it's just a lookup, right, it's just an index. So would changing the number of bits used to store it increase the resolution, or would it just simply make it so you can have more lookups? I'm genuinely trying to figure this out because it's interesting. It's interesting to hear about because I don't work with engine stuff. I don't work with like rendering. I am purely a systems designer. So it's entirely out of my field. So I'm interested to hear about it. I just do stuff like this all day. No, you don't want to have these here, because, like, then the question comes up, how did these get underneath the chair when they were above the chair? They should really be a bit more chaotic. They're not going to fall all lined up like this. It's a bit hard to see even for me. Okay, well, there's a start. I need to, so the next question is, where did the chairs go? Potentially we... So you need an index and a quantity. Technically, you could package both together, like 0 point something something is dirt, 1 point something something is stone, 2 point something something is iron ore, and just deal with the numeric resolution. Okay, so the index is what you use to search the array for that specific color or image. What is the quantity for then? I understand the index, I don't understand what the quantity is used for. Do we sort of like... Oh, I got an idea. I got an idea. We can make this... We like set this all to 0 again. Maybe do the same for this one. And then we place these like next to each... Oh wait, no, these are all both the same? I thought one of these was flipped. Oh no, they're not flipped. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Let me put this next to one of the broken chairs. 0, 0. Now we put these two together, right? The easiest way to do that is probably parent them temporarily. 0 them out. Pull it across. Match it up as best as we can. I think we probably should leave it parented together, actually. And this is like the piece broken between them. Oh, the height needs to be correct. We'll put this here. Grab the Y of this. Attach it to this. Set to the Y of this. There you go. So you need the quantity for smooth voxels to find out how much to fill in that cell. In Share Toy with the voxel ISO surface, I put the values at each of the cell's corners, so 8 in total, and then you interpolate between them to find where the values cross the 0.5 value. 0.0 is easier. 0.0 is easier, and you just go from -1 to 1 in the actual code. That's just semantics. I just want if you just want hash angles or cubes, you could just use int or byte to strictly use the lookup. Okay. So it sounds like vertex colors from the original PlayStation, of where you assign a color to each vertex, and then based on the distance of that vertex from the other vertex is how much you blend between the two colors associated with those vertex. Like, for example, we do a similar thing with our creatures, where, for example, you have the horn here, which is this darker color, and then you have this. So this vertex is like a darker gray, and then this is like a lighter gray, and so it means that it blends between as it moves from one vertex to the other, and then these vertexes are the same color, so there's no blend, right? That's sort of how I'm imagining it. Pretty much. But you are coloring the 3D faces of a 4D cell, and only showing the points in 3D space that are part of the whole. Okay. So it means that you're not... Okay. And then the rays are coming from the camera, which means you just basically send it out. You send out the raycast from the camera to figure out what it hits, and then you use that to determine what color to render that pixel as. Okay. I put the values each of the cell corners, so 8 in total. And you interpolate between them to find where the values cross the 0.5 value. 0.0 is easier if you just go from 1.1 to 1 the actual code, that's just semantics. If you want harsh language, you could just use an Intel byte. So... I'm struggling to figure out how you're encoding a 3D point into a 1D value. So you're defining the first number as the index, and then the decimal points as the decimal points act as how much that should be interpolated between the values. But how do I tell? Well, I guess if you have like, I guess it depends on which representation you're using. If you're using like 2's complement, then wait, am I doing that right? 2's complement, is that what I'm thinking? Is 2's complement decimals or negative numbers? It's negative numbers. Sorry, wrong one. What's the decimal representation? In binary. Is it simply just after a certain number it goes to decimals? I shoot a ray out and check to see if that ray will cross the surface within each cell in that direction. If I find a cell that has stuff in it, I then see if the ray hits that stuff. That is determined by interpolating the space from the values at the corners. You can think of the 8 corner values as a density samples, so negative is air, positive is solid. The ray then sees if it crosses from air into a solid and when. If you know when it hits solid, you can find where, knowing where tells you what color to make it. But how do you encode that information to be returned as a actual color? I apologize if I'm being stupid about this. I'm struggling to get my head around it. You're fine, it's not a trivial problem. It doesn't sound like it. I'm trying to get through it. I am. Been at it since 2019. Oh fucking hell. Oof. No wonder. I mean, like, the stuff that I saw on your, like, was it Shader Toy? There's, like, stuff saying it was, like, 2013 or something, right? And this voxel... Yeah, oh, that's 2023. 2023. Sorry. Sorry, I read that's 2013. Yeah, this... It's not... Why is my... Hey... Fuck, I have no idea what's going on. The easy way is to have a set of 3D textures where you can try applying a projection of a texture, pretty common stuff, to fetch the texture value for the base color. I mean, can I... It's a lot. In the Minecrafty looking one, I just find what plane I cross and use that to look at what texture to use. Okay, so that's just like a flat texture. That's not blending at all. That would be our equivalent to that integer, or that we wouldn't need a decimal place for that one. Is that what you're saying? Correct. Okay. Gotcha. But if we want it to be smooth, we'd need to find out where inside that cell got collided with so we can interpolate between the vertex colors. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. God, if you came into stream today and you told me that today you're going to be talking about, like, rendering and all that, I'd be like, what? What do you mean? I don't know shit about that. Why do I talk about that? Okay. This doesn't need a collider because you're not going to be able to get in there. The more complex one, the one that was all smooth, used ray marching against an SDF to approach the point that is defined as the 0 point within 3D space. Hold on. The one that was all smooth? This one? The Newton Marcher? This one? I'm talking the idea of using a Newtonian approximation rather than a distance stepping to find points of an array in connection to its zero isosphere surface. Special compound distance fields do not work, however, in individual objects Newton marching requires them. The third one on the list? Ray March isosurface. Oh, Ray March rendering of an isosurface. Not so sure why I can't get shadows to work, nor I can't even identify where the actual light is, or the light actually is, or change the color of the light or surface at all, but as proof of concept it works. Okay. It uses ray marching against an SDF to approach the surface that is defined as the 0 point within the 3D region of a 4D function. That one needs a mountain of work. What's causing this banding? It almost looks like it's a banding based on the height. I have no idea, but that's just that's what it feels like. The banding is because it's checking against a full 3D texture. Oh, so like the texture is sliced? So there's like hard lines between the difference in the textures and there's no blending? Banding's coming from the height at each point. Yes! Okay. How have you defined a 3D texture? Is it you've just taken the texture and offset it and sliced it? It's a bit of a hack job, but this is effectively 3D UV coordinates, so I suppose they would be UVT coordinates. And that one, I just take a 2D texture and slice it a bunch. Yeah, there you are. I'm getting weird music now. UVT coordinates. Oh, that's why you named it UVT. I see. Oh, it's doing some like weird stuff now. But yeah, it's really interesting. More ray stuffs. Okay. Oh my god, I've just realized that when I do the Q and the E to go up and down in Unity, it's not a global QE, it is a directional QE. I guess that matches with what the WASD does. Okay. I mean, do we just break it like that? And then we just add some little lads around? We've got some like globs and stuff as well. Option 80. I think that one only changes the lower 4 verts and leaves the upper 4 at -1, so you can watch the surface change in real time. Only changes the lower 4 verts. Wait, how many verts was in this? Oh. Wait. Get back up here. How many... Hold on. Only changes the lower 4 verts and leaves the upper 4 at -1. So it stays as ground. because it's only showing the boundary between -1 and 1 of the 8 verts of the cube that defines the bounds of that cell. Oh, because this isn't a plane. Oh, it's not a plane. This is you're rendering a cube, but the way that you're rendering the cube, because you're interpolating between different points across the edges. Okay. No, I was fully looking at this, and I was thinking it was you were doing some weird stuff with a plane. Yeah. It's not a plane, it's a slice out of the full cube, yeah. Oh, so that makes so much more sense why it bands on the y-axis then. It's not against a global scale, it's against the scale internally of the cube. Yeah. Yeah. That makes so much more sense. No, I fully did not see this as like a cube. I think you'd have to draw like a wireframe, like a wireframe, and then like dots along the wireframe at each of the corners to make my brain fully go, oh, this is a cube. That makes more sense now. Gotcha. Okay, I see the vision. It works like garbage, horrifically inaccurate and overly specific, hence the reason I need to rework it to be able to handle it in a real system. Is that not what all of our code is? Horrifically inaccurate and overly specific. God, don't even get me. I've been learning about design patterns recently for like system coding. Fucking hell, is my code horrendous. I keep saying to people, I'm like so waiting to be done with this project so I can move on and try again to try and get a cleaner code written out. AT00. All this to remember a game that was abandoned in 2014? What game? Oh, Wolf 3D? Was Wolf 3D? What? Oh, Starforge. I'm gonna say, Wolf 3D was not 2014. There are no plans for future development of the game. Wolfenstein's... Yeah. I was gonna say, I know of Wolfenstein 3D because that was like, it was super famous for being like one of the first games to actually have a proper 3D renderer. See, I was like, don't know what fucking hole you crawled out of. Why does Starforge just look like Dune? I've never watched Dune, but I just see these like worm creatures, and I think Dune. Dune? I'll be honest, it just looks like a desert with snakes in it. Oh, but it's voxel based. I see. inspired by Halo, WC3, and Minecraft. It was pitched as Halo meets Minecraft. I do like, on the right here, this is very like Fallout New Vegas sort of thing. I like this font that they've used. Interesting. What? Oh. Oh, sorry. I was like, what the, why is there just free run here? It's from Starforge PCs, because I had to specifically search Starforge game, because if you search just Starforge now, the PC company shows up. Or AI generated logos. Is that Charlie? Oh, it is. Okay. Once again, just what I'm thinking, right, is we just crank this up. Oh, but then like the resolution just sort of takes a shit. No, bring the opacity down a bit. But it doesn't look like rust or blood, it just looks like goop. Where's the... I had like... Do I have like a rust? Did I name it like rust? Retro rust decal. Do I only have the one? What? It runs like Garbo, no destructible terrain, and a bunch of other issues. So I wanted to pick it back up again and put Yuano Ringwald with some defaultable terrain. Base builder can generate the full ring and render the entire thing live. You've seen island on the other side of the ring. You should be able to go there. It's Halo. The ring. Do I have better rust decals than this? It's a big project though. Big undertaking. But big undertaking. Because you're not only rendering it, right? You're doing physics, you're doing character rendering. That's like, oh, that's like the next 2 decades of your life. But if that's what you want to do, ain't no one should stop you from that. Trying to find the rust texture to see if I... Cause I've got like blood stain and blood screen blink tests. Need to sort by date. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of them. Oh, did I like not... Yeah, oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's gonna be a fat minute before it's done. And all this time I'm still like noodling around and finding where things get all messed up. It's... You're gonna... I mean, like, if it's a passion project, absolutely, right? But... I mean, it's see how it goes, right? You'll learn a lot. You're doing it as like a hobby, right? This is not your job, right? Yeah, I need like Like, I don't want to just copy and paste this decal everywhere, is the issue. Also, I need a bit more stuff going on the roof. I wish I were at my job, currently unemployed, so that's awesome. Ah, fuck. Ah, bollocks. Well, I mean, if you got the time, right? We'll paste this. So then this is hopefully a bit more to just help with the gradient here, right? Help it sort of feel like it's not just appearing. I think this is better here, right? Hey, I mean, I have the time. My Twitch channel is steadily growing. If I keep at it while looking for a quote-unquote real job, either I'll be successful or I'll get a job. Either way, I get a job. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, content creating is a thing. It's definitely a thing. I've known a few people who have pushed content creating as being a main sort of source. But I think as you go, it gets harder and harder to use that as a sort of stable income, because it's reliant on like your entire income is entirely based on the charity of others, and so therefore you're entirely propped up by expendable income of others, and from that you are reliant on society being in a situation where people have expendable income. And I mean, I'd say it's a personal opinion, but I don't think it's very disputed right now that the economy's not doing a great way. Anywhere, really. And I wonder why that is. I don't want to cover the emergency button because that is an incident. And then we want to rotate this around 180 degrees. Consecration can be fun, but also it's a colossal pain in the ass. Doing it all solo is absolutely draining, at least for me, and it's just, I don't know. I've always wanted to make games, and Twitch and YouTube are a big part of all that now. Yeah, I mean, like, I like to believe that you make a good game and the people will come, but that's usually not the case, if I'm honest. Like, it will attract people, but they're not going to come on their own. You're going to have to at least show them the door. But just trying to be present in the community and basically just doing your best to basically go, hey, I'm here. I do these things. Is a big first step, first of all. Like, I do so much like game dev off when I'm not on stream, and I do because I like it. I have fun with it, and but I'm aware that when I'm like how do I say this? Like, my job is my job. Well, I have an actual job, but like my role in what I'm doing here is to make a game. I'm not a content creator. I am a game developer. But I do the content creation because it's basically a method for me to speak to people, find people, and generally just interact with the community. And that A, helps build a community around what I'm doing, but B, just lets me give back, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I just found some blood splatters here. And I was trying to see if I can nick the textures. The game's success requires marketing, yeah. And that's the part that's hardest for me. The engineering, been doing that for 20 years. So I've got that down fine. Art, takes some work I can learn. Music and sound design will take some effort. Marketing, that's what terrifies me. Yeah, I mean, it terrifies everyone. I mean, it's not what we're built for. But it's something that you just got to do. Like, I'm not to the marketing stage yet. I have tuition fees I need to pay first. Hopefully, knock on wood, after that's all sorted out, I can start getting a Steam page up and start getting at least some traction towards it. But like, this is entirely just me doing my own thing right now, which is really don't do what I'm doing. Don't do what I'm doing at all. Get your game tested very early on. I am not a good example. That's why I stream. It's more like exist and be present. It's part marketing, sure, but it's more to hold myself accountable, to let people know that I exist, my project exists, get feedback, all that stuff. YouTube is just archival, really. Yeah, I used to do like I did like one devlog, and then was just like, you know what? Nah. I'd rather be spending my time doing other things. These textures are really shit. I need to figure out how to remove these like these textures are full of the white spots. They just don't look good at all. I mean, like, I go to like indie meetups in like Tokyo and stuff sometimes, but lots of the time people just sort of seem to just go and to advertise themselves, and it's just like, oh well, that's fine, I understand. But you know, I just dual stream and forget YouTube exists. I automatically archives the streams for me, so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. I've got the same thing going actually right now. If you head over to YouTube, I'm actually live over there as well. No one's watching. But it means that my videos get archived, as you said. Because a bunch of people were just like, hey, where can I see your VODs? And I'm like, they get deleted. I'm sorry. And they're like, why don't you just stream to YouTube? And I'm like, eh? We're allowed to do that? And so I started streaming to YouTube at the same time. Hi YouTube frogs. Why do we call them frogs again? Anyway. We're looking at here. So you can see here, some of these edges have these sort of white patches. Because they've kind of done a good job of getting like the gradient, but like these white is just not good. So ideally I'd like to remove as much of that white as possible while keeping the red. I just ran out of spoons so hard that like even remembering to upload from Twitch afterwards is just way too much to handle. I used to download them thinking I'd edit them into something later, but then like nothing sort of happened. I used to do shorts of like moments that happened on stream, like teaching moments and such. But the person who was editing those for me, who was doing it for free, they got busy, so they stopped doing it, which is entirely fine. Like, it's not at all their fault. There must be some sort of remove white background add-on for paint.net. Yeah, no, this is not gonna... paint.net add-on. Background remover. Okay. Okay, there's one here. Let's try it. Oh yeah, no, not going to do editing. In 2014, I used to do gameplay styles like most of us did. Did some edited videos back then. They were lots of fun. But good God, was it a lot of work. So... Oh God, wait, is everyone in ads? Do I wait for ads to end before responding? I'll wait for ads to finish. Lou? No. I don't need it. I'm alright. It did cross my mind. But I'm good. Currently just waiting for the background remover add-on to install. We'll see how well it does. It's a long car journey. Has everyone been to the toilet? Everyone? Folder. Background remover. Copy pair. Okay, and then we run this install. That's worrying. Unzipping. Does this script just unzip it? What? Oh, okay. You can now start to paint.net. Okay. That's quite useful. Quite like that. Okay, so now we have to close this and reopen it. And then drag these in. So we'll have a look to see how well it does just as it is. So we'll do effect. Where is it? You can tell which ones are the add-ons because they're the ones with the English names. Oh, you can't see it. Selection, object, color. Wait, where is it? It says effect, add to effects. Where is it? Am I just blind? Oh, No. Oh, there it is. Background removal. Enable GPU acceleration. Is it going to work? I had a few ideas of what I could do otherwise. Like, if this doesn't work, then I can just fill it in with a white background on the back to sort of emphasize the foreground and the background. You can't see, but there is a loading bar going at the moment. Oh, that's horrendous. It's actually just like sort of added a white... Okay, we'll do what I just said. Oh. There we go. So we made the situation worse. We make the situation worse to make it better. Because it may have struggled to figure out what's foreground and what's background. Oh, I mean, it's somewhat worked. Hold on, if I open up the original, and we'll zoom it to like the same scale. It's like a slightly better, but now it has like a white... It's now got like a white border around everything. Because like if we like save this now, we go back into Unity, right? And then we put blood splatter 1. Sorry, blood decal. So this is the same one. You can see it's got like this like halo effect around it. Really, we kind of want to shift this little white halo effect to like a red. I wonder... Oh, fuck. You can't see. You can see here. This sort of shows off the halo effect a bit more. So potentially we grab this color and we do like a full cover of it. We'll see if there's any sort of like good filters that... This kind of like shows where the white is. So what if we take this? And then we open the original one again, which is... We take this, we copy this. We paste it here. And then we use this as like a negative. Oh, what am I doing here? Because like this shows like where all the areas we want to remove is. So how do we... If we invert it? Oh, that's just inverted the colors. I kind of want just... I kind of just want the white to... Can I remove the red somehow? What is this song? I don't know what this sound is. I'm gonna skip this. Oh, there you go. Okay. So this sort of makes it black and white, or somewhat at least. If we take one of these colors, is like, oh, it's quite greenish actually. Maybe that's not the right one. Oh, there you go. Well, kind of. I don't really want it red. So if we bring down the saturation here. So this has now made it grayscale. God, what am I doing? So then what if we have it so... What if I make the internal of this white? Like this. So these are all like sort of like the areas we want to keep. Just quickly check for like each of the see that's a mistake. That's not an area we want. Anyway, a few of these we can just sort of fill through. This is gonna take so long. And then again, like, hold on. Okay, we merge this down. We get a global of all the black. Okay. And then we copy this, and we undo this again. And we paste this, and we get a global of the transparent area. And then we invert it. No, hold on. We get all the black area from here. We delete it. We place a white surface directly underneath. This makes everything white. No, because this is transparent. Wait, is this? What if we put this onto like a normal? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait, is this what we want? Maybe? Oh my god. Because what I'm saying here, right, is that this becomes our opacity map. Not a PDM, we need those a PNG. Or a JPEG, sure. Get rid of the PDN. And then we get the script that we had before. This script. And then we run this through with the opacity map. As much as I'd like to stick around, I do need to get myself into bed. It's almost 2 here. I'm gonna be able to 6 it. Jesus fucking Christ, please go to bed. Thank you for teaching us about about rendering and all of that jazz. But really interesting. I mean, if you're ever around Twitch again, I'm live every Sunday from 3 p.m. JST. I don't know where that is for you, but feel free to come and hang out again. It's really interesting to hear about. So, with that, we now have this, which we import with the alpha. Oh, and it looks worse. Ah, great. We've somehow caught... Oh, you can kind of see that. You can see the transparency pieces. Oh. Maybe if we like reduce the no, is this gonna make it? Hold on, what are we selecting? What are we selecting? What am I looking at? Oh yeah, they're both black. I select the inside of this. Yeah, so you see it's got all of these on it. How did I get that again? Is it because I merged that down and then copied it? Like, if I merge this down, and then we select this and we increase the tolerance, right? Oh, it's grabbed all of this inside area as well. That's fine, actually. We just take all clean up. Paste it into here. Of course, I just specialize in graphics for rendering clearly. I was really hoping to extend a lot of these ideas to the medical field. Real-time rendering with stuff like MRI and CT scans would be super beneficial, especially when you could quickly easily shift the target density and stuff, so even rendering lower resolution scans at higher fidelity without much loss in quality. I think I think the difference between like the medical field and what sort of you've been working on is the medical field you're working with very like you don't have ground truth data, right? You have to sort of like you can't like query the human body for this point, right? I guess you just have to figure out how that interacts with the rest of it, right? But I think it should be interesting. But yeah, it was really interesting to hear about. Okay, and then delete all of this on here, right? Make sure this is a normal layer. Disable this, enable this, add the white. Medical level imaging can't compromise on quality. I think I wasn't right to delete all of that. This contains, yeah, you can see this contains like data, like the. We struggle with rendering hiding pathology. Yes. Chat, what the fuck does that mean? That was what I was doing. Yeah, so you take this and you color it globally based on that. And then we save this as the opacity map. But we need to make the outside black. We need to make the background black. There's a lot that goes into the medical side. A game is much more of a see, it can totally work. And more that you can get an overview of things like diagrams and stuff. For diagnostics, you would render at full resolution, maybe at a small section, but full resolution. I guess you'd be working with like data waves and such, as opposed to like raycast, I suppose. Also, I've just fixed this, so we'll see if this works now. Let me run the code. Okay, merged it. Oh, and it still looks worse. Wait, can I just re-import it? Do I need to re-import it? No, it just looks worse. Digital backfilling is can? Pardon? What'd you call me? The ability to say render texture of X density and be able to see what unfold the peeling away layer and selecting different types of tissues. Where'd you get that data from, though? Where does that data come from? Also, I just sort of lost all the... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, maybe do this as well. Get all the white bits. Delete them. I mean, like, I've done something here. Don't know what I've done. Does this decal... Which decal is this? Decal 8. Decal 8 to use the new one? It's still, like... There must be a way to do this more fucking automated. Yeah, you can see all the white here. It's all blending with the white. I mean, technically we've got all of them away now, but maybe if I just add a Gaussian blur to it at the edges. But then, like, you don't want it to, like... You want it to, like, keep the clarity inside, but then only blur the edges. Oh, it's anti-aliasing. That's what I'm looking for. And I do have a tool for that. It's AA's assistant. From my understanding, CT scans is volumetric data of tissue density, and same with X-ray. Most, all 3D medical scans map density of some definition to a value in 3D space and begin to sweep and select particular values that have been critically helpful. Lower X-ray exposures and faster MRI scanning is needed without loss of detail. Anyway, I'm supposed to be asleep. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't know. LS is the doctor here, I'm not. I'm just a guy in a chair. That too. Okay, I mean, that's... Okay, so that has fixed it. But also, it's just the complete wrong style. Fucking goddammit. Well... Oh, I guess I'll keep that one. I just won't do the other ones. This is, like, such cartoony compared to all of this, which is, like, quite realistic blood. What a waste of my half an hour. Anyway, guys, you guys sleep well when you get there. I'm gonna go watch some biologically induced and mandated hallucinations. I like it's mandated. You're required to go have your hallucinations for the day. Fuck, they're kind of right, though. That's quite funny. This is, like, too much, I feel. Let me bring down the opacity of some of these, just to sort of... It needs to look dark and grungy, but it doesn't need to look... It's, like, a bit too much at the moment. That's the other thing, is we need to add some gloob and some eyes. This area is sort of feeling a bit lackluster, so we'll add some stuff in here. .4, go to 1.2 scale a bit larger. Grab an eye from over here. Don't look at all my errors. They're not mine. They're someone else's. Oh, 180. 0. I want to have this sort of like, yeah, sort of like looking to the right a bit. Maybe a bit higher up as well. And place another one further down. We need to have it like more rotated so it looks differentiated from the other one. Kezabi, morning, morning. You have come at potentially one of the worst times. We are slowly wrapping down. I guess you're around for a bit of an update, though. My fault for being late. No, you're good, you're good. You get to see the progress of the stream. You don't need to sit through all the boring stuff. You just get to see the exciting end stuff. Ignore that alarm. They're fine. Actually, no, don't ignore it. We need to get the flashlight. Decided in my wisdom to redecorate the bathroom this weekend. I have regrets. Are you doing like a full... Are you doing like a full bathroom teardown? What the fuck? I only clean the toilet. I don't touch anything about the bathroom besides that. Alrighty. Here is the... There we are. Okay. That looks a bit odd. Oh, fucking hell, I got damaged again. That looks a bit odd. Okay, we'll move that away. We'll put him up on the top of this chair. I mean, yeah, this looks like this bit at the back looks way more infected than the rest. Maybe we add another large infection somewhere down here. Maybe we add it like up here. But I don't really want the right side to be too weighted. Stripped the wallpaper from the previous owner yesterday. Scrubbed the walls this morning. Ooh, that's very exciting though. Yeah, no, I fucking can't imagine having to do it with the tiles. Fuck that. Yeah, I think this space here is probably basically perfect for like another large infection to be placed. One of these bad boys. The pillars, I kind of want to... I may like have it so like later on this gets like overtaken by a small infection and then becomes a pillar. The entire idea is that this is just sort of like a bit in the way. Oh, this seat has not been destroyed. I just realized. We don't have it selected in the scene. Seat 1. So seat gets destroyed on curse 3. We need to destroy this other seat on curse 4. And then, what was the other notes I said? Yeah, so move this up above the chair. And then we'll add a large infection to number 4, which will appear in this area over here. And if we're going to introduce a pillar where that chair is right now, we probably want to make sure it doesn't collide. We will move this sort of around to here. The entire idea is that this like large infection is quite angled as well. One thing I do actually want to do is I want to have this be a sort of large glob in infection 3 that becomes the larger infection in in the level 4 infection. So underneath the 3 category, we place an infection. Let me quickly just hide this large infection so I can properly set this one up. So this one's going to be quite large. And I kind of want it to pulse decently quickly and quite a large way. And so then we also set this to have a set on curse to destroy itself on greater than or equal to 4. So then it becomes the large infection, is the idea. So this grows to be this. And then we should probably have a blood decal as well around it, because otherwise it just looks really plain and it looks really out of place. Grab this one. We'll copy and paste it and regroup it to 3. And then... Oh, we're going to have to disable the light then if it's a large infection there. We can disable the spawning. I don't think we're far enough along to... That looks like a good one. Hover it onto there. And so then we have the light right. And then when the large infection comes, how much does that cover? Oh, it doesn't cover the light. Okay, we can keep that then. We can keep that as an incident. Okay, and then we need to check that the seat has properly started despawning. What are you planning on doing with the Walkeza? You gonna put new wallpaper up? Wallpaper in a bathroom feels a bit odd, I'll be honest. I don't really like the idea of it. I prefer like something that feels a bit more waterproof. I don't really like just paper. Gonna paint it? Wallpaper in the bathroom is odd choice. Right? Fucking right? That's what I'm saying. Oh, I was like, yeah, it's gonna get so wet. It's so moist in there. So I say moist or so I say humid? She wallpapered every ceiling. What? Why? Maybe, I mean... Huh? Maybe she, like, searched a roof paper and they didn't have any, so she just assumed. Okay, this is destroyed now, too. Good. Nice. And the entire idea is that this chair is just supposed to be a bit of an annoyance that goes, you go like, oh, fucking get off. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, yeah, this looks infected. It looks like some shit went down. But she had some horrible floral stuff up in the bathroom, so taking that down and going to paint it a boring creamy brown to blend nicer with the tiles. Was the previous owner 60 or 90? Sorry, I should say 60, like 90 years old. It's not unknown you gloss paint over it to make it waterproof. 65 plus? Oh, okay. My grandmother who passed away a few years back, she had floral fucking everything. Everything. Oh, she hasn't passed away. She moved in with her husband? Well, that's good. Why was she not living with her husband at 65? Okay. I think we have to call it here. As much as I'd love to hear more about the bathroom situation. If you have like pictures, feel free to post them in the Discord. Be interesting to see. so many questions. Yeah, right? Which is great for me. I had no chain. She had no chain. I put an offer in November 20th. Signed it over... November 2020, signed it over January 4th, 2021. Lived here 5 years, so a lot's gone. Ooh. Also, that may have either been a really good time to buy a house or really bad. Okay, who have we got to raid? How many people do we have? 12, okay. I'll figure out what... There's just a guy doing stocks. There's someone just playing Pokemon TCG. Was great. Interest rate was 2.4%. I'm crying now. The renewal. Did you not get a fixed rate? Did you get a variable rate? Okay, let's... Oh, hold on. Am I following anyone who is live? Oh, Johnny Cash. Sorry, I didn't hear that. You went super quiet. I said, did you get it as a fixed rate? Or is it a... Did you get it as a variable rate? Because if you got 2.44 on a fixed rate, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, for 5 years? Fuck. I'm trying to load this stream. It's not working. It's now like 4, so you're having to... Ah, fuck. Oh, is it loaded? Oh, fuck it. We'll raid Johnny Cash. Wait. Oh, fuck. No, they just finished. Okay, we'll raid Cruxflux. I need to get going. Alright. Thank you all so much for joining us again this week for a bit more development stuffs. Learned a lot about game engines and rendering and such today. That was fun. Yeah, if you're new, I have a Discord. Maybe catch you up more next time. Yeah. Let me know next time. Let me know next week. I want to hear about it. And more about your crazy stories with your wallpapered bathroom. Yeah. I will... Thank you, JD. God damn it. Why am I JD now? This is not Scrubs. My flat before had carpet in the bathroom. Oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm gonna raid Crocsflux before Keza puts more gore into the chat. Alright. See you guys next week. Bye-bye. Bye.